Nobody but Jesus.
Nobody.
Yes, sir. He's the only somebody can do.
That's it.
We come again to praise his most holy name.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, sir. He looked beyond our fault
Yes, he did.
and saw all of our needs
He did that.
and allowed our golden moments to roll on
Hallelujah.
just a little while longer.
Thank you.
And I don't mind saying, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
All right.
Can make a way out of nowhere. Yeah, look like when all your friends is gone,
My Lord.
he's standing right there with his arm all wrapped around. What a God, what a God. That's a hallelujah.
Thank you.
Glory, hallelujah
Thank
to
you.
his name.
Yes, Lord.
We did not want to forget Brother Cliff, which is over the kitchen, works in the kitchen. And Brother Chris Moore, which is our Sunday school member. You might not remember Chris' name, but you know him. Tall, dark-skinned fellow. Good fellow. Yeah. And we wanted to remember them. I reached out and I talked to both of them. And I wanted to reassure them that the church have their condolence. We love everybody and we want to see about everybody. Yes, sir. We all are just one church. And we had to look at it like that. God has been good. Been very good. Even with the loss. Now, you and I, can experience our own loss, but we don't hurt like other folks hurt because we didn't grow up with them. God makes us all different. And everybody hurt in a different kind of way. But we do have sympathy in our life. Now, when I think about that, I was thinking about our ex-president. Some people don't have sympathy. Yeah, That's when it says that you can't follow everybody because you don't know what everybody's motive is.
All right.
So you have to keep your mind lined up. Our text today going to consist of Matthew 11th chapter, and we're going to start reading the 28th, 29th, and 30th verses. Now, some of us are very familiar with this text, but once you read it and study it, whatever you learn is going to be a blessing to you to go on to that you have already previously learned. But it will enrich what you've learned down through the years. Now, let's read this text first and then we'll come and talk about it. The name of our text is A Great Invitation. A great invitation. Yeah. And we're going to begin reading at the 28th verse. Come on, read along with me. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Now that's tough. Well, for us, we want to add RSVP. Every time we get an invitation, we have RSVP tied to it. And that means, because I want you to look at it both ways. I want you to look at it positive, then I want to turn around and see that in Christianity it's altogether different. RSVP is a French term, right? And it says that you need to go ahead and notify who's never sent you the invitation that what's your plan, or you plan to be there or not. Now, I did try to study the word, but I never could pronunciate it satisfactory to myself to talk to you all about it. But y'all know what it means. That means if I send you all an invitation, you need to get back to me and let me know you coming or what. And this is what this is about, a great invitation. And when you talk about a great invitation, RSVP, it has tied to it what kind of person you are. See, if you are with the in crowd, or the group that you associate is on the upper level, and all that That's who get RSVP, you know. And you had to make sure you carry some weight in order to get an RSVP. Now everybody likes to have an invitation. Even we know that the president invites all these football teams, basketball teams to the White House. And if you don't get invited, you feel that you left on the outside. But it's because of your staff. And even on a normal state, if they have a party anywhere close to where you associate around, if you didn't get invited, you feel that you've been snubbed. Am I right about it? Do anybody know what I'm talking about?
All right.
Yeah. So everybody want to be invited. But God says in this 11th chapter, it ain't like that for him.
Whosoever.
He said, all and whosoever is tied in it.
Right.
So when you go back and reread these scriptures and study them, you'll find out the world way is different from the Lord way. Or the world way is different from the Christian way. So don't you get upset, don't you get angry and stuff if you don't get invited. It's all right, because you're looking for the end game, and the world is just looking for their little time here on earth.
Temporary.
Yeah. So Jesus here is telling all of us, he said that come unto me, all ye that are labored and heavy laden, and I will. I'll give you some rest. Number one is, if you just look at that right there, those first two lines, if we can get some satisfaction out of that, we can be all right. We can go on.
Yeah.
Here it says, I'm going to go back over it again, 28th verse. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
That's right.
Nobody can give you that kind of guarantee in life. Y'all got me?
Yeah.
Nobody. I don't care who you is and where you come from. Nobody can promise you rest. You know that? They can promise you a lot of things, but you won't get it. Jesus is the only somebody can give you a standing invitation and guarantee you, stand behind it, that if you come under him, he will lift your heavy burden and give you rest.
That's right.
And that's magnificent right there. So if you could go back, and like I always say, I challenge you. Spend a little time with it.
That's right.
And you'll find out, and we say it all the time, nobody like our God. He said, come unto me, all ye that are laden and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And you see, ain't rest for nobody else. We coming on down there for your soul and all that. We coming on down there. But Jesus is the only somebody can give you this kind of guarantee. And I hope you understand, all religions, and you know there's only 12 major religions in the world. There's only 12 major religions in the world. And none of them can guarantee you rest for your soul. Nothing, nobody but Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
As you look at what Jesus said, you'll find there, he didn't say, come to the church.
No, he didn't say that.
He didn't say, come to the usher book.
That's right. He didn't say that.
He did not say, come to the deacon book.
That's right.
And you can name all the auxiliaries that you got in the church. He didn't say, come to the usher book.
That's right.
He didn't say that. He said, come where?
Unto me.
Unto me.
That's right.
See, you got to keep your eyes and your heart on what Jesus said.
That's right. That's the truth, yeah.
I look at it sometimes, and it's scary. Down through the years, we as Christian folk we put weight on the wrong line. Yeah. And you've heard it said all your life that that's Reverend so-and-so church. I'm just telling you the truth. And I know they don't make no harm about it.
Yeah.
But you got to keep it real. And as I told you on last week, you got to always keep practicing. Only way you're going to get it right, you have to keep practicing.
That's right.
I found if you stay with Jesus, your faults,
Hallelujah.
your failure, they won't be forever. God will forgive you if you get it wrong, if you got the right intention. See, that takes us clean out of the game. Because, see, I don't know what your intention is by just looking at you. But God knows the heart, ain't that right?
He
That's what he said. God looks at the heart.
That's right.
So we got to always keep our mind on Jesus.
Absolutely.
Always remember what Jesus said.
That's right.
You don't have to have second-hand information.
That's right.
A lot of people talking about, well, I heard so-and-so say this. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. But in order for you to get in heaven, you're going to have to know Jesus for yourself.
That's right.
And he tells us to come unto me.
That's right. That's
No
right.
middleman. And that's what we got to do. We got to learn how to pay attention to what Jesus tells us what he wants us to do.
That's right.
In this text, we'll find that there are three things that we look for in order to have a fulfilled life. And those three things are, number one, we look for them in everything that we do. Satisfaction. See, when you get your job, you want to make your money. You want to be able to spend your money. You want to make yourself satisfied. All right? Not only that, you want to have a release in life that you feel, and I'm using the wrong word, free, but you feel like you can do whatever you want to without infringing on anybody's right. You get me? I'm talking about you don't go too far, and you feel a release in life. Yeah. And then, after you want fulfillment and release, you want satisfaction. Once a man going to work, all over, and you work, did good work, then when you draw your money and everything, you want some satisfaction. Yeah. And that's the way with everybody in life. You want a fulfillment, and you want a release, and we all search for satisfaction. Now, we'll just look at it from one point of view. If you had all these things lined up, and supposedly we think we do, we go to work, we want fulfillment, we want release, and we want satisfaction. But you know, we have found out and we have discovered that it don't work like that, do it? I don't care how much you think you have the picture completed, you'll find that you're always dissatisfied looking for something else or some more. Everybody do. Looking for something else or some more. But these are the three areas I thought we would raise up today. That's release, fulfillment, and satisfaction that all people look for. I don't care how rich they is, I don't care how much they got. They want to move on, they want some more, or you want to add some more room to the house, you want to buy another car, or you want to go to another place to visit, sightsee or whatever. And we find out Jesus is the only somebody that can fulfill all our desires.
That's him.
So when Jesus said, come unto me, He said, I'm gonna give you rest. And that next line in 29 says, take my yoke up on you and learn of me. I'm gonna read that again. Y'all see what it says? Take my yoke up on me and learn. Now that's a troublesome word. Most of us don't really try to learn of Jesus. And we don't really try to learn of, take advantage of other things in life. But you have to take your time and learn. Okay. So you want to ask them, what are you talking about? We, scientists, folks that understand is that most people don't use less than 50% of their brain. Less than 50% of the brain. Because they don't try to learn. They satisfaction is key. You know why? If you satisfied all the time, it's 2 or 3 things we know is not going to happen. Let me digress and tell you about a fellow named Mr. Fred. Mr. Fred was a man, he had some children up in Detroit. And they offered, said they're going to send him to get their dad. And they was going to fly him. Mr. Fred said, I'm going to fly. Yeah. I don't know what you think. Well, and they said, well, Daddy, you can ride him up. Yeah. So they was going to send him a ticket for him to ride him up. He's like, all that long time, all right. Well, you can get somebody to help you drive. All that long ride, I ain't going to do all of that. So the conclusion is that he wasn't going nowhere. You know why? Because he didn't want to get out of that surrounding. Yeah. I mean, the way was made for him to go, but he wouldn't accept nothing. He just rather be satisfied in his surroundings. So he wasn't, you can easily sum that up. You ain't going nowhere. You don't want to fly. You don't want to drive. You don't want none of the modes of transportation. Well, you're going to be locked up. It's going right round and round in that circle. And that's the way people are. They get comfortable and they don't even want to do anything different. If you turn the pillow on the other side, they don't even like that. We just get so comfortable with stuff. But I'm here to tell you today the Lord wants us to change our way of thinking. If he said, take my yoke up on you and learn of me. Well, you thought I missed it, didn't you? That word yoke. See, we don't use yokes in this modern generation like we used in the past generation. See, they had mules and goats and horses, and they used to put a yoke up on their necks in order to keep them within a limit. But as time went on, we don't see that picture visible in now. But you got a yoke, whether you know it or not. All of us got one. We think, I ain't nobody yoke me down. Yeah, but you got one. He said, take my yoke up on me, and he's telling us some tough stuff. Take my yoke up on you and learn of me, for I am meek and I am lonely in heart. Yeah, lonely in heart. He said, I'm meek, and he said, we shall find rest for our soul. Now that's a great, great invitation. Yes. To find rest from your soul. Have you ever been so tired that sometimes you just want to just close your eyes for just a few minutes? Yeah. And I can tell you, there, especially when you start reading, your eyelids get so heavy, you say, I'm just going to rest for a few minutes. Or if you're on the job and you're working and you have a full day that day and you just said, nah, I'm good. I need just a few minutes. Yeah, power nap, whatever you need. Yeah. But Jesus said he'll fix all that. And he said he'll give you rest, not only for your body, But he said he'd give you a place off.
Amen.
Now he going both ways, inside and out. All these are bonus points. If you was going to take anybody up on whatever they have set out and taking you, man, like you'd grab at some of these here. You know, this is not a takeaway, all this is an add-on. He going to take care of you inside and outside. And that's what we want. Yeah. And Jesus tells us this all the time. He said, I'm meek and I'm lowly. That's the kind of God. So now, he said, come unto me. I'm going to give you rest. But he said, I want you to take my yoke. Nobody likes to be yoked. It just sounds like a negative word. And, but Jesus said, he going to make this yoke light. And he said, his yoke going to be easy. That's kind of tough, man. He said, now, if you take up on you what I offer you, said, it's going to be easy.
That's right.
And it's going to be light. It sounds like a, what you call it, a moron? Oxymoron.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see y'all in there with me. He said, that sounds like an oxymoron. You tell me how we know your hair and you gonna put it on you, but it's gonna be light. That's the kind of God that we serve. Well, Jesus tells us that you are applying a rest for yourself. And anybody don't want rest for their soul, boy, I feel sorry. Those are the things that we all look for in life in order for us to enter into the kingdom. We want to go to work, we want to do whatever we need to do, and we want to, when it's all over with, we want to be satisfied, we want to be fulfilled, and those are the points that we want. Everybody wants the same thing. But Jesus said, if you come unto me, I got this for you. Now, Jesus was offering this to his disciples. As you know, when you look at the chapter, you way down at the end of the chapter. But Jesus had did some talking. Matter of fact, he had did some teaching and some preaching. Before he got down to this point. And what Jesus had told his disciples, and he wanted to let them experience it. And it was so fantastic that people couldn't really get with it. Because you had Pharisees and Sadducees and different sects was trying to put a weight up on the Christians' neck, and they couldn't keep it themselves. But Jesus had said it out so plain, and he was telling his disciples, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
That's right.
When you come to me, I got it already fixed for you. And we ain't figured that out yet. If we come to Jesus, no matter how hard it look or act right now, and you got two factors now, whether you live or whether you die. See, this is what it's all about. We put so much emphasis. We put so much emphasis on life till we forget about death. See, if you bring both of them together, choose you live. What? See how? Now we say it, but when it boils down to reality, we don't check. See, I told you last week how you had to take a helmet and a nail. You had to drive all these things home. You had to drive them home, because you're gonna face them sooner or later. And then you'll find out when you do a funeral, everybody crying and hollering. What you start doing is, I wonder why they're doing that. You see? But if you took chaos on this stuff, if you don't read about it in the book, and you know that we're going to have to go through these things, then it kind of gives you preparation for it. And this is what God wants us to do. God said, I didn't put no burden on you to squash you. He said he was going to make life lighter, didn't he? Right. These are the words that we are looking for. And this is what God is telling his disciples. I ain't going to make it hard for you. I'm going to make it better for you. Let me tell you about a yoke. Anybody And let me suggest to you about school diet. See, when you talk about a yoke, it might be heavy temporary, but what it'll do is it'll keep you in boundary and everything will work out all right. If you don't have a yoke on you, then things in your life gonna go chaos. Because you know it going this way, that way. But when you got something to pull you back, and that's what it does. I had a TV program. This man's name was, back in the 70s. He jumped off that boat. What was his name?
Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah. Yeah. Lloyd Bridges. Yeah. You know, it was sea diving or something like that. That was sea hunting. But what the point I want to make is that gear is real heavy. That on sea hunting, sea diving, is real heavy. But once he get into the water, then that's what he gotta have anyway. Because if he go under the water, you gotta have something a little heavier where you can navigate. See, if you ain't got no force or no heat, no weight, then you just gonna come on back to the top. but you got that on there, then that weight that you thought you had, it became light. And this is what Jesus is telling us. The weight that we think that we be carrying, he said he'll make it light. And that's the kind of God that we serve. God didn't come to put us at no disadvantage in anything. But if we pay attention, if we let God deal with our heart and our soul, you know what? You'll feel much better. You'll be able to live a much better life, and you'll be more successful. And you'll be more successful, not because I said it, because God said it over 1,500 years ago. That's the only reason it happened. So what we find in this text here today, Jesus had told his disciples, he had preached to them, told them, don't get so worried, because, see, the Pharisees and the Sadducees was trying to put problems up on them to get them disheartened. Just like it is today. Don't you see people trying to put different things up on us to make us get disheartened? And I'm especially talking about the politicians. Yeah. They try to make it hard for you to vote. They try to do a lot of different things for you to get disheartened. And some people have got disheartened because y'all know we got, what, 3 murders now? Three, what you call it, when they take their own life? 3 of them already this week. Them police that were on January 6th, they can't take it. And I don't know what you or I could take it either. Because when you find the reality of life, you know what? Your whole mindset gonna change. Because oftentimes we think we be doing things one way, the right way. But when we look at it, and when people really let you know, hey, buddy, you ain't no big thing. We'll take your life too. and that'll upset anybody. But I want you to be understanding in this text here that Jesus says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And in this text, Jesus is the one that doing the talking. Jesus is the one giving the invitation. Now, Buddha them says, come unto me. But they don't never say they can give you rest. And what they have tied to it, you can be a good Buddha if you do 5 or 6 things. All the other religions, they'll tell you you can come under them, Hinduism, but you got things to do for you to be a good Hinduism. I mean, it ain't like Jesus said, come unto me. You ain't got to do nothing special, but bring your soul and your mind to him. Right. And he said that, see, it not only for the good, but Jesus' invitation stands for people who have exhausted their life. They've been on the drugs, perhaps. They've just been down and out, been streetwalking, they've been some of everything. But Jesus Jesus, when he offered his invitation, and I know you know what I'm talking about, Jesus include everybody. See, because you can just look in your Bible.
Thank you.
You got drug addict in the Bible. If y'all stop looking up, you got every walk of life right there in your Bible that was in power. Yeah, but you got to stop and identify them, and so you will know. So it ain't nothing that Jesus can't do. So when you exhausted, when you done did everything wrong, y'all tell me about it. Jesus is only somebody give you a clean slip. Y'all know that? Now he doesn't get up and give you a lot of errors and let you check them out. He wakes us up every morning, you know what he do? And give us a clean sheet of paper. So now come on.
Another change.
That's the kind of God that we serve.
Thank you.
And I thank him for it.
Thank you.
He says, come unto me, all ye that are laden and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I remember back when I was a little younger, they used to sing, and some of y'all might be helping me, and some of you can't. They used to sing a song like this: shine on me, shine on me.
Well,
I wonder if the lighthouse will shine on me, shine on me, shine.